Hey guys, welcome to my video here. We're going to get started into Key Concept 7, Target D. And your objective for today is I can calculate an angle of a right triangle by using inverse trig functions. So we talked about our trig functions through SOHCAHTOA, right? Sine, cosine, tangent, and the different ratios that we have there. We use those to set up different divisions for different fractions of parts of the triangle. So let's say I'm given this triangle ABC, and I want to find the angle measure of angle C, which is this angle right here. I can actually use trig functions in order to find that angle measure. So the first thing we want to do is want to label the triangle from this angle's perspective. So again, this is a skill that we've been working on very, very hard. We have the opposite side. We have the hypotenuse side, which is across from the right angle. And then we have this side down here, which is the adjacent side. Okay, so that is our first step. Our second step is to determine the trig function that we have access to. So using a SOHCAHTOA here, we need to figure out if I need to use sine, if I need to use tangent, if I need to use cosine. So the sides that I do have, we do have the opposite side, and we have the adjacent side. So I need O and I need A. Well, sine, SOH, in SOHCAHTOA, I need H, which is the hypotenuse. We don't have the hypotenuse, so I'm not going to use sine. Same thing for cosine. I need the adjacent side and the hypotenuse, but I don't have the hypotenuse. We can use the tangent side because we have the opposite and the adjacent. So we're going to ignore this for one quick second. I'm going to write up my ratio here. We have tangent of C is equal to 34 over 41. Okay. So in order to find C is kind of locked into the tangent, right? We have to kind of figure out how we're going to get it out of the tangent. And what we do is we actually use what's called an inverse trig function. So I can just rewrite this as C is equal to the tangent inverse. It has this little -1 up there of 3/4 over 41, or sorry, 34 over 41. So I kind of have to move this tangent to the other side using its inverse. So this piece over here, I have to type into my calculator. That's the only way to do it. You can't do this in your head. So allow me to show you. I'm going to take you to Desmos. There's two things I want you to make sure. First, you hit the little wrench over here and make sure it's in degrees. So you could be in radians, it could be in degrees. They'll give you two different answers. I want to make sure we're in degrees. Next, if I hit the keyboard button and go to functions, you should actually see the sine, cosine, tangent, and then all of their inverses. I'm going to do the tangent inverse of 34 divided by 41. And that's going to give me 39.667, which I'll round up to 39.67. Again, if you have it in radians, it'll be a completely different answer. I'll go ahead and show you. I'll give you 0.6923, So I want to make sure it's in degrees. That would be my answer. The angle C is 39.67 degrees. That's how we use the inverse trig functions to find the missing angles or any angle on a right triangle.